With the most recent release of the second season of The Mandalorian, many questions about Baby Yoda or the child or Grogu. Yes, he has 3 names by now. So, if you are as curious as we are, stick around and enjoy our videos as we might answer some of your questions. We managed to dig deeper than before and show you the things that we have found, some interesting facts, a secret or two, and even to point out some details which were right before your eyes. What species is Yoda? One of the biggest mysteries since the beginning were the whereabouts of the leader of the Jedi's order, Yoda. They were gone, but never forgotten. However, with the newest installment of the Mandalorian series, and the introduction to Baby Yoda at the start, and Grogu, his official name, all of the questions came coming back about Grogu and his species. Where is he from? What are they? What are their characteristics? And many more. Thus, the Mandalorian series dived a little bit deeper into the species, because the previous at the helm revealed almost nothing about them. And today, we have somewhat of a knowledge of what they are and supposed to be. The Yoda species have been shrouded in mystery for many years. Ever since the first screening of the Jedi Master himself, Yoda, at one time, George Lucas even started to joke around about who they are, saying that Yoda is simply the illegitimate child of Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. So far in the Star Wars universe, only 3 members of this species have showed up on the big screen: Yoda, Yaddle, and the newest addition, Baby Yoda, or Grogu, as we know him by now. And yes, it is a he, but more on that later. And we also know for a true fact that there are 2 genders when it comes to their species, as Yaddle is for sure female. One of the basic things that we have known for a long time is that they are carnivorous. They are powerful Force users. They grow very short, around 70 centimeters, and they grow very old. Yoda was known to be 900 years old when he died. That is a lot, right? By now, there have been 2 other formidable Jedis from the Yoda species, Mitch and Vandar Takor. But ever since they have been removed from the canon after the acquisition of the Lucasfilm production, they have been discarded whatsoever, and we never learned what is their home planet. Some of the fans and theory crafters out there even suggest that they are an individual incarnation of the Force itself. Who is Baby Yoda? We have talked so much about Baby Yoda, but who actually is he? Well, he is the key feature in the Mandalorian series, together with the titular character, the Mandalorian, or now as we know him, the bounty hunter, Din Djarin, played by Pedro Pascal. Din found Grogu on a desert planet called Arvala 7, while Luke found Yoda on the swampy land of Dagobah. Thus, we are still not quite sure of what planet or world are they from, or even where their home is. At first called Baby Yoda by the fans, resembling the look of the infamous Yoda from the Star Wars movies, then referred to as the child, and last but not least, his real name, or what we know him by now, Grogu. He is an infant from the Yoda species who got rescued by Din Djarin, and in today's world, he is the one to blame for all of the fuss that has been going on, and all of the questions out there about his and his species' whereabouts. Is Baby Yoda actually Yoda? This question has got to be one asked the most, and we have the answer. He is not young Yoda. Why, you ask? Well, he isn't. As we have learned that the actions that are happening in the Mandalorian series are set after 1983, a year when Yoda died in Star Wars Return of the Jedi. With this in mind, he is definitely not Yoda himself in his early years, and there is also no knowledge of the 2 of them having any relation between them whatsoever. Grogu is not an incarnation of Yoda either, as he is already 50 years old, a fact we have been told in the series, meaning that both of their lives at some point overlapped. And due to the aging process they possess, yes, he is an infant. They are strong with the Force. Next, we have the Force, a life-binding, mysterious energy field that holds the galaxy together, a fact told to us by the crew behind the Star Wars franchise. The Jedi, the Sith, and other Force-sensitive beings can control this energy to do the impossible, like levitate objects, trick minds, and even see the future and what will happen in it. Yoda was strong with the Force, as he was able to lift the X-Wing which had fallen in the swamp. And Grogu is also Force sensitive, as he has been seen from the start right from the get-go. In the second episode of the series, he helped Din when he lifted the giant alien and gave time to Din to take out his knife and kill it after he got attacked for stealing one of his eggs from the cave. However, the usage of the Force drains a lot from the user, and this is also the case for this species, because Grogu went to sleep right after for a longer period of time. They are on the light side. As we have seen and know by now when it comes to the Force, there are light and dark side. The dark side is the realm of the Sith, the ones like Darth Sidious and Darth Vader. And it is easier to control as it is controlled by the emotions of anger, hate, and fear. The light side, however, it is much harder to control as it relies on the emotions such as mercy, honesty, and self-control. The Yoda species are always on the light side, and they achieve this by long hours of meditation where they cleanse themselves of negative emotions, which prevents them from falling to the other side, the dark side. As the practitioners of the Force, the Yoda species are able to communicate telepathically with other Jedi. They have the powers of telekinesis, Force empathy, and also the ability to deflect Force lighting. Unlike the other species who possess the Force, the Yoda species are even more Force sensitive than the others, and thus they are able to know on which side of the Force someone is just by touching them. They have a strange way of speaking. Even though Grogu has been silent, there have been instances of their species speaking, particularly Yoda. And let us tell you this, they have a different, strange way of speaking.
Try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
And to get a little bit of insight, we managed to find what Jeff Pullum, a professor of linguistics at the University of Edinburgh, had to say about it. As he described it, their speech has both non-standard grammar and formalized sentence construction, which is characterized by object-subject-verb, or short OSV. And the idea behind this was for them to sound more alien-like. One of the main reasons of the strange way of speaking on screen. However, they don't always stick to the OSV. They sometimes use XSV, where X is used to describe any other stand-in chunk of the sentence that goes at the beginning of it. On many occasions, they intertwine the two, which at first sounds very confusing. But once you get the hang of it, it becomes a very interesting part of the movie or series to hear, as it is something out of the ordinary. But all of us are still able to understand him or her. They have many powers. So far throughout the Mandalorian series, we were able to see some of the species' powers on the big screen. We know they are excellent at controlling them and being one with the Force, solely because of their sensitivity to it. Grogu is able to levitate things, and probably many bigger and heavier things. But we will have to wait for that. This will probably come by nature to him, as he is a part of the most mysterious and also formidable species in the galaxy. And these powers of lifting heavy things might also help Din in the future. He was capable of doing the Force choke, which was first seen when Darth Vader used it. However, Grogu had to be stopped because he had mistaken Cara, in that Grogu thought she would hurt Din during an arm wrestling match. And one of the newest powers of the species that we got the hold of is that they also have healing powers. Grogu managed to close up a womb just by touching it and concentrating. And one other thing, seeing how Yoda was quite a lightsaber champ, we are in for a treat when the time comes for Grogu to pick up a lightsaber and start slicing the bad people in the galaxy who want to hurt him, or his father figure in the likes of Din Djarin, his guardian in a way. And why is this? Well, we met Grogu when Din was sent as a bounty hunter to rescue him and bring him back to the buyer for coins. However, he decided not to when he saw him of what a baby he is. Thus, this means that his species is in danger, in fact. So this is also a characteristic of their species which has not been explored yet. So in the future, this might be the field from which we can learn some new things about them. On a related note, we end our video here. Thank you for watching and staying with us until the end. And also, drop a comment down below of some interesting fact or a secret you might not know about the Yoda species. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for any new videos on the channel.